Oh my. What's up, everybody? I think we're live. If we're not, we're gonna be in just a second here. Good to have everybody in. Turn that down. Should have had monetization on, but I don't. Oh well. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. It's the Sunday Social. We're back and better than ever. Good to have you all in here. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hopefully it was a great holiday weekend for everybody. Good to have you all here. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to go over a few things. We're going to do some housekeeping. Obviously, we'll talk about some stuff that happened during the week. And then we'll get into our Sunday Social Flight of Passage. Lots to talk about there. Good to have everybody in. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. We did a stream on Saturday. Had a nice little crowd in there. We appreciate everybody coming out Saturday to our stream at Magic Kingdom as we rode the riverboat one last time. And I think that's about to end right now. I think the last ride on the riverboat is at 8 p.m. I'm sure there's probably some people watching that instead. I totally get it. You know, do your thing. If you're in here, we appreciate it. If you want to watch both us and that would be awesome as well. But we're glad you guys are here. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Flight of Passage. We're going to talk about a lot of mousekeeping stuff. Obviously, we're going to talk about the meetups again. I want to remind everybody about the meetups and a couple other things in reference to that as well. A couple other people have talked about coming out. And again, we would ask everyone to officially send us a yes if you're coming, or a maybe if you're coming, by sending us an email. And you can send that email to, I thought I had it in here. Maybe I don't. I do. Right there. AskMouseDog@gmail.com. That's where you can send it if you're coming to one of our meetups, which we will talk about in just a minute. Let's see. What do we have coming up this week? Saturday and Sunday. Sunday for sure, we're back at Magic Kingdom. Tuesday night, we'll probably have Disanity, because we were at Magic Kingdom Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. We were there 4 straight days. So we probably won't be there Tuesday. We'll probably just be here for Disanity. We'll have a lot of news and merch stuff to talk about. I've got several new videos coming out. We did a Space 220 today, so we'll have a Space 220 dining review coming. Melissa's got a couple more Disney Take My Money videos that I have to edit. And we did Test Track today. We got a cast member preview of Test Track, and we're going to bring that to you and what we thought of it. Did we like it? Did we not like it? We'll go over all that with you guys. So lots of content coming. Really hope you guys go out there and see the videos as well. Live streams always do great. Our videos, not so much. We would ask if you get a chance, go see them as well. We'll get into all the other stuff here in just a second. Of course, don't forget, we have 2 meetups coming up, Mouse Talk meetups. Our first one is going to be Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. at Disney Springs. If you guys would like to come out, we're going to have fun. We're going to meet up at Disney Springs at 10 a.m. That's when Disney Springs opens, which is smart because there won't be a lot of people there. We're going to meet up by Cirque du Soleil and House of Blues right in the middle there. We've got several people that are already confirmed they're coming, which is fantastic. If you are coming, what we would ask is please just send us a message that you're coming. And that would be great. Just send it, again, to the email, askmousetalk@gmail.com. Let me see if I can find that again. There it is right there. askmousetalk@gmail.com. So if you're thinking you might come out, please do. And do that just by sending us an email saying, hey, yeah, I'll be at the November 8th. But you know what? Maybe you can't make the November 8th. Well, you know what? We're going to have another one. There it is right there. I'm going to move that down a little bit so you guys can see it right there. February 7th, 10 a.m. I know it's kind of weird the way that looks, but it is. February 7th, 10 a.m. Same thing. Disney Springs. If you can make it, fantastic. If you can't, totally understandable. But there you go. So we got Disney Springs and on the 7th of February and November 8th. 10 a.m. both times. Disney Springs, same place. Hope you guys can make it to either one of them. Just, again, send us an email to askmousetalk@gmail.com. That would be awesome if you can make it. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat, and then we'll get going. Good to have everybody here. Oh, a couple other things. If you are thinking about coming down and you're looking at possibly booking a trip, and you need to book a trip, Leanne Sherbick, who's in the chat all the time, works at Mickey Travels. Be sure to check her out. She said she can help you with that. So if you get a chance, reach out to Leanne, and she'll be able to help you. Just go to Mickey Travels and look for Leanne. She's there. she can help you book that trip. Maybe find you some discounts for one of those weekends if you are coming down. So please just tell her Mouse Talk sent you. Okay, let's say hi to everybody in the chat, and then once we're done talking about flight passes, we'll go back, talk about the meetups a little bit more in case anybody has any questions. Douglas Bailey's here, Jeannie's here, John the Bee is here, Craig's Robotics is here, Will Lovins is here. Let's see who else is here. Douglas Bailey is here. Lovely Ocean Eyes, welcome in. Good to see you. Bruce Euchre. Mark is here. Let's see, who else? Sean Jackal Monkey, Kimberly Hazard, Stacy Bailey, Jason Thibodeau, Monica Odiette, Scott Rowe, Cat Lady, JM is in the house. There's Melissa. Stephanie Danielle. Let's see who else. Victor and Janet are here. Herschel Linney, welcome in. Was going to say it's possible to stream more than one thing, providing you have bandwidth. Hope Fowler, welcome in. Let's see. Joanne Puzzles, welcome. Jeff Owens, welcome in. Yeah, the final word, I totally get it. Totally get it. Keith BDF is here. Disney, Big Dog Dad, Go O's, completed the sweep of the Braves. Yeah, they played well this weekend. They pitched well when they had to. They did both. Matt M, welcome in. Horizons is here. Scott Rowe. Let's see. I think for obvious reason, I'm going to have to miss Tuesday. Catch it. Yeah, of course, Victor, of course. Heather Springer, welcome in. Heather, good to see you. What's up, Gregory? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Let me go back up real fast here. I got all these people in here. Good to have everybody here. Shane Wright is here. Pirate Novelist, welcome in. Good to see you as well. My anniversary is today. Well, happy anniversary, Herschel. That's great news, buddy. 82 Airborne. Kim Daniels, welcome in. Good to have you here. I think we're up to date. Walt, when I typed in your email address, Gmail, autofill at Gmail was predicting the email address. Huh. Neat, Keith. That's cool. Brent, hey, Brent Highfill, welcome in. Joe Chamberlain, welcome in. Hi, Michelle. Say hi to Michelle for us and the girls. Melissa, did y'all get my last Mouse Talk membership money? There was an issue that's not fixed. I'm not sure, Victor. I'd have to look. Tina McNeil, welcome in as well. Well, we appreciate that. Again, guys, one more time, just to show everybody, for those who just might be coming in. November 8th. There's February 7th. If you're coming to one of those, please let us know. We'd love to see you guys there for one of them. If you're not, no problem at all. But if you are coming out, please ask mousetalk@gmail.com. And we said this last week. We asked that everybody please send us an email. It's important. It's our way of being able to keep track. Not Instagram, not Facebook. We'll lose track of it. If it's all an email, we got it right there. All right, so let's get started. Christine Hickman, welcome in. Good to have everybody here. We'll do our normal. We're going to talk about the queue. We're going to talk about the ride. Is the juice worth the squeeze? How long are we waiting? We're going to talk about merchandise, and then we'll talk about the importance of that ride to that park, or maybe to Disney World as a whole. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. So let's get into this. I do actually have a video. Let's make sure it comes up while we talk about it. I'm getting the blue circle of death on my screen. You guys can't see it to bring the video up, so I'm hoping the video comes up. All right, while that's waiting, is it coming up? Did it come up? I don't think it came up yet, did it? Oh, come on, man. All right. Okay, so that's still coming up. While that's coming up, I guess we're going to have to go in here. All right, we're going to talk about the queue first. Flight of Passage. I'm going to give you guys your chance to vote, as usual. We're going to do poor, good, okay, good, and great for the queue. There it is. Have at it. All right. So while that's going there, we are still trying to get the video to load, and it's not loading. I don't know why it's not loading, but it's not loading. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Is it a good queue? Is it a good queue? A great queue? A bad queue? An okay queue? It's really up to you. You guys tell me what you think. In a minute here, if my video ever downloads, I'm having so much trouble with this computer. I can tell you this much. I think, personally, I want to let everybody vote a little bit. Get in there and vote, everybody. Teresa Potlan, welcome in. Man, this video is taking forever to load. Let's see, who else is here? Really? I'll be in Florida on November 8th. I had no hope you'd schedule the meetup when I'd be there. Yes, Tina, we really are going to do it November 8th. That'd be great. Send me an email if you're coming. We got evacuated off a flight of passes in April due to a fire. Really, Joe? I didn't know that. How about that, Craig's Box? I didn't know that. Mid-queue bathroom, for sure, right? I'm telling you. All right, so there's the ride. There's the queue. Let's talk about the queue, for sure. So here's my opinion of the queue, okay? I'll get into my part of the queue. Again, you guys tell me what you think of it, and then we'll go from there. I gotta find my... Here's my ride queue. I give it a 5. I think the queue is great, personally. Maybe that's just me, but I think this queue is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's one of the best queues out there. I think they have definitely knocked it out of the park each and every time with this queue. I think that there's so much to see in there. The immersion behind it is amazing. Jacqueline, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, Joe, exactly, for sure. It gets a bump up for having one of the few mid-queue bathrooms. Well, that's true, too. I think they learned a lot from that, Bruce, when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I think this queue is an absolute amazing queue. The bioluminescence inside when you get into the actual area with the clinic like they're showing on the screen now. And then you get to see one of the avatars in there. I think this queue is one of the best ones. It's long, but it has a restroom in it. It says 82 Airborne. Pirate Novelist says, I have yet to be on, but every video I have seen, the queue is good. I think the queue is fantastic. I think it's one of the best queues in all of Walt Disney World. The entire area with the floating. Yeah, I just think there he is right there. There he is. I think this queue is absolutely fantastic. G. Wilson, what up, G? Welcome in. Find the fun, welcome in. We spent the day at the Cleveland Zoo feeding giraffe. Nice. Hope you had a good time. Queue's amazing, says Craig's Robotics. From the mini animatronic animations to projection effects to digital recording, it's a complicated feat to accomplish. I think it's great. I do. I really do. Mike Lapine, welcome in. Yeah, I think this queue is absolutely fantastic. And that's just me. All right, let me do a little bit. You know what? I forgot to go over everything when it comes to the history of this ride. Of course, it debuted May 27, 2017, alongside the rest of the Pandora World of Avatar. We were actually there that week. We got to do a DVC preview of Avatar. The attraction's creation began in 2000. It actually started the creation of this in 2012, involving Disney Imagineering, Lightstorm equipment, and Weta Digital. All ride footage is original to the attraction. It's a 3D motion simulator utilizing advanced technology and unique ride vehicles to create a realistic flying sensation. The ride vehicles are designed to simulate the feeling of riding a Banshee with breathing and movement linked to the on-screen action. And that's exactly right. That's exactly what this is. But I love this queue. This part here, I get it. They do this part with the getting the stuff out of you and how to ride it and what you're going to do. They do all that while the ride's going on. It's a way to kind of waste time while you're waiting for your turn to go. Stephanie says this is one of the better queues. Flight Passes is great all the way through. Find It Fun says if you're walking outside up to the queue and look up to the top waterfall, it's a rock wheel. Yes, I knew that, Craig. I knew that. Yeah, we had learned about that. Have to check that out next time, Craig, that waterfall. Yes, Joe, I actually knew that. All of the waterfalls, all the way up to the one that's at the very, very top, that's not real. That's an effect. Leland Glass, it's been a while. What's up, Leland? Welcome in, buddy. Good to have you here. So let's see what everybody says. Everybody says that 38% say it's good, but they don't say it's great. I'm surprised by that. 33%. So we got 46 votes so far. 37% of you guys say it's good. Actually, 2% said it was poor. I'm surprised at that. Craig says the ride is 100% motorized, no hydraulics. You're in one of 8 segments of seating, all synchronized perfectly to the video. Yeah, it's pretty awesome for sure. Steve Stardio Studios, welcome in. So there you go. All right, so that's it. Poll's going to end. Everybody's pretty much on the same page. The queue is pretty awesome. Here comes the ride now. And let's talk a little bit about the ride. Oh, there's a commercial. Sorry, we got to get past the commercial. Nope. Let's get past the commercial. Well, everybody watch commercials. Anybody want some Oakfield stuff? Diana, welcome in. In my humble opinion, the queue is good. Expedition Everest is great. Fair enough. We're going to get to that one. Scott Sir Scooch, welcome in. Hey, good evening from Daytona Beach. What else do you want in a queue? It's number one of the most immersive queues. I think so, Victor. I really do. But now let's talk about the ride itself. Same type thing. I'm going to put it up there. Teresa, welcome in. I think it's a great ride, a different way of flying. For sure. I'm going to get another one up there. We're going to get another... What happened? See, now I'm like all over the place, guys. My apologies. Let's do another... Oh, my God. Get out of there. All right. Now we're going to talk about the ride itself. Again, Flight of Passage ride. Let me get you guys out the... We've got pour... I cannot type today, guys. And great. All right. Poll is up. Go ahead and vote. Okay queue, poor queue, great queue, good queue. Ride. We're talking about the ride now. And as you guys can see on the screen, what I remember most about Flight of Passage was, again, we were there for one of the DVC previews of the land and the ride. And we only got to ride it once that day. Melissa remembers it. We were there with the boys. It was Mason, Walter, and Melissa and I. And we had to wait in line. And we went from 11 to 12. And you could only ride it once. They would not allow you to ride it again. At least I don't think they did. And I remember going into this queue. The whole land was neat. We had the whole land basically to ourselves. There wasn't many people in there. Leon, good to see you. Without a doubt, I think it's the best ride at Disney. There you go. The only downfall for Flight of Passage or the land is the park hours. Could you imagine it where Monsters Inc. is going and hanging out till 11 p.m.? Yeah, it would be great if it was longer. Here's what I'll say about this ride. First time we ever rode it, we rode it on a DVC preview. I remember riding this ride for the first time, and when I got off, I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't believe what I just experienced. It was like unlike anything at that time I had ever experienced at Disney. We got off that ride and we were like, oh my God, that was unbelievable. And we were so disappointed because back then they wouldn't allow you to ride again. And it's funny now, it's almost been, it's 8 years. It was 2017. But I'll never forget that first experience. And it's my son Walter, it's his favorite. It's still his favorite ride in Walt Disney World. And yes, he's ridden Guardians. He's ridden Rise of the Resistance. But it's still his favorite. It's beautiful. The music is fantastic. The ride itself, the simulations in it is amazing. I think it's utterly incredible. I think this ride is it's like unlike anything else. To me, it gets a 5. It's a great. This is a great, great ride. It really is one of the best that's out there. Would you say it would be bad for those who have motion sickness? Pirate Novelist, that's hard to say. I mean, as you can see in the ride, that's what it looks like. It could be for some folks, maybe not. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Sean said, "I love the ride. I overlooked the long lines when you get in and ride it." And we're gonna talk about that in a minute, Sean. So it's funny you bring that up. Craig's Robotics says, "I spent more time looking all around at the mechanical aspects than I did at the screen." Hey, see, there you go. Diana says, "My biggest complaint about Flight Passes is that there are several times I've been on it. It was blurry. I soon learned that it's due to not changing out the goggles as frequently as Disney should." Okay, got it. I hear that reaction a lot. Can't wait to ride it. I understand it's super immersive. It is, Scott. I think it's pretty amazing. I can get yeah, there you go. So Melissa says she can get a little motion sickness on it. There you go. Let's see here. Is that the end of the ride? I think that is it. All right. Let's see who else. For the first time I rode it, I felt claustrophobic because they used the system pinning you hard with the back restraint. They've eased up one. There you go. I love the ride part. It's very immersive. I think it's great. I really do. Matt, Simba 2, welcome in. It is Matt, I think it is. I think this ride's fantastic. I can't imagine not having this ride. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Dramamine can help with motion sickness. It can. I agree with you. All right, so that's going to be the poll, and we're going to end it right there. 86% of you. 86% agree this is a great, great ride. And I do too. I think this ride is absolutely amazing. But you know what? Let's talk a little bit more about it. I always say this, and I'm going to ask it right now. I'm going to put up another poll. Is the juice worth the squeeze? If you're down there on vacation and this is your one trip, how long are you waiting? How long are you waiting for Flight of Passage? What is it worth to you? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this ride worth the long wait? Now, most people so far in all the rides we've done, we haven't done a ton yet, but in the rides we've done, a lot of people have said 10, maybe 20 minutes. Very seldom does it get a big, yes, I'm waiting. I'm interested to see what everybody says on this one. How long are you waiting on this? I'll give you my score. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I'm going to wait the 40 or more minutes for this. I would. When my son and his wife and Mason and his girlfriend come over, if we go to Disney, okay, and they want to ride this ride, if we stand in the line, if it's 40 or more minutes, we're waiting. Because we want to ride it. And it's going to be the only time we're going to ride together. And we're going to ride it and we're going to wait. I'm waiting. This is one of those rides. I'm waiting. Mark says, I have bought individual lightning lanes the last 2 times to skip the line for a Flight of Passage where it's saving that hour and 90 minutes. I get it. I totally get it. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's a 3-hour wait, we're not waiting. But if it's 55 minutes, if it's 90 minutes, we might wait. We might. We probably might. We might wait. I don't think I've ever seen the line less than 40 minutes. I have, Matt. I've gone in there just as the park opened. If you go straight over and you kind of hoof it, give it a little bit of a run. Not run, but if you walk fast and you get over there, I've been in line where it took 15 to 20 minutes and we were in. It happens. It's not often, Matt, but we've seen it. I've seen it. I can't speak for Melissa. What's up, Keith? Whip Donnie, welcome in. And that's the thing, Joe. Even if you've never ridden this ride, even if you gotta wait 90 minutes, it's worth it. It is. There aren't many rides in Disney you can say that. This is one of those you can. This one, Rise of the Resistance, Guardians of the Galaxy, those are rides that if it's 90 minutes, I mean, I don't think any ride is worth 2 to 3 hours, but people will do it. To me, it's worth it. I do. Matt says under an hour is rare, but I'll wait. Almost never see it that short, though. Yeah, it's hard. It really is hard. Because of the fact, exactly what we just said, this ride is phenomenal. When it first came out, it was a game changer. It was unlike anything Disney had ever done before. And it's fantastic. It still holds water today. It really does. Tina says, I've waited over an hour. Worth it. Very exhilarating. I agree, Tina. Teresa says, we waited for 1 hour. Yes, it's worth the wait. My husband rode it and enjoyed it. See, I'm glad. That's the key, Teresa. That's the key. Sean says, although I love the ride and wait the long line, I think for some, the line might get a bit old. That being said, it's not like Tron and wait 60 minutes for 12 seconds. Exactly. That's why I call it, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is the ride worth the wait? You're right. I mean, some people wait 45, 50 minutes to get on Peter Pan's flight for what amounts to 20 seconds on a ride. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Will says, I've never ridden Flight of Passage as none of the flying creatures are bred for carrying large amounts of heavy cargo. Well, you can't get in. I think you could. Let's not factor in downtime. If one of 8 pods are down, the entire ride goes belly up. Fair enough. 100% must do if we're coming down for our one trip down. Exactly, Victor. That's how I feel too. To me, it's definitely, the juice is worth the squeeze to me. I'm going to wait. I really am. Now, we live down here. I'm thinking of this as someone who's only coming down as a one-time trip, maybe twice a year. And are you going to do it? Jeff Owen says, Josh and Jenna are fixing to get on the Final Liberty boat ride. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Worth the price of a long lightning lane. Yeah, and G. Wilson, that's the other thing, too. If you don't want to wait. So for you, you might not wait. You're not one that's going to wait. I agree, Teresa. You got to experience it. Leland says, by the way, Christina, welcome in. I thought I saw Christina. Did she come in? I thought I did. Christina, welcome in. Leland says, the wait times are down so much this summer. It's wonderful. I've waited only 30 minutes in the middle of the day. There you go. See? First time we went to Disney thinking it was our only visit. My girls waited almost 3 hours. But you know what, Kim? I always say this to folks. If you're all right with it, God bless you. You're all right with it. Do your thing. All right, let's see. Cat Lady says, unless there is someone new with us, I feel only 30 to 40 minutes is only worth the... And that's the key. It's different for everybody, and that's what you have to do. Your decision... Nobody's wrong here. That's what's great about this. You make your own mind up on that. Keith says, love it so much we burn the candle in our house from Parks and see? There's nothing wrong with that. I totally get it. So 50% of you, I'm actually surprised it's that high. 50% of you will wait it out. You'll wait the 40 or more. See, Keith and his cousin really like it. So there you go. I tend to agree. You know, that's just me. I think it's really nice. I really do. I think this is one of the best rides out there. All right, so the other one I want to go over. Let me pull this up right now. Let me just get it up here. The poll. Sorry, I gotta. For some reason, it's gonna make me. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I'm getting the poll together for you guys. I apologize. How important is this ride to the park? What's the importance? What's the legacy of this ride? What's the legacy of this ride to this park and to Walt Disney World? How important is it? How important is it? How important is this ride? What's the legacy, the history? If this ride were to go away, how are you going to feel? Are you going to be, oh, I'm a little sad, but you know what? I'll get over it. Nope, I'm upset. Nope, I'm not going to miss it. Or you know what? Absolutely, this ride is going nowhere. I am chaining myself to the wall. Here's mine, and you guys are going to be surprised at this. I'm upset, but in time, I'm going to get over it. And I'll tell you why. Because for me, okay, well, I say C, but I'm upset, but I'm going to get over it. And here's why I say that. I love this ride, okay? I do. I love this ride. I think it's fantastic. But I don't have a connection to Avatar at all, period. Okay? I just don't. I like the ride. Disney could say tomorrow, hey, we're getting rid of Flight of Passage. I'll be like, okay. That's fine. What's coming next? Obviously, if they're getting rid of it, they've got to, as great as it is, if they're saying to me they're getting rid of this ride, what they're going to replace it with has to be just as good or better. Just my opinion, right? That's what they have to say. So that's how I would say and look at this. All right, let's see what everybody else says in the chat. Scott says, yeah, I'm watching you guys on my phone. Okay, got it. Thank you. We close out Animal Kingdom 1 Flight of Passage. There you go. Walt, as related question, as a resident, how often will you walk by a long wait? 45 plus saying you'll come back when the line isn't as long. Well, as a resident, I'm doing it every single time, Tina. Very seldom am I waiting as a resident. Big fan of Tron, and despite it being short, I really enjoy it. Okay, well, we'll get to Tron when we get to Tron. Second most important ride in Animal Kingdom after the Safari. Park Bros, welcome in. Good to have you here. Teresa says, we didn't buy Lightning Lane this time around and waited out on waiting in line because they were sold out. I get it. If this ride goes away, Animal Kingdom won't have anyone there. Matt, that's a good point. Joe says, Flight Pass is the only reason we go to Animal Kingdom. I think he means. Jeff Condon, welcome in. I know what you meant. If Flight ever closes, I think it would doom the park. Nothing much to do there. See, everybody's on the same page. It's not our favorite, but we would make a special trip for Flight of Passage. I don't know. Look, I love the ride. The ride's fantastic, but I'm trying to look at this objectively. Just because the ride goes away doesn't mean what they're replacing it with isn't going to be better or just as good. It's not like they're just, hey, this is going away. We're not replacing it with anything. You're right. Then the park's doomed. It's in trouble. It needs that ride. But when they open up the Gardens of America or whatever the name of that place is in the Indiana Jones area over there, and they bring that in, those kind of things will offset something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't be as upset as if they were to say to me, hey, Haunted Mansion's going away. I'd burn the place down. I'd be so upset. I just would. Greatest ride in my opinion, but I've never seen the movies. It's that good. I have zero connections to the series. Me too, Keith. I saw the first one, didn't like the movie. I didn't like the movie. I thought the movie was boring, and it was like Star Wars all over again. The little guy beats the big guy. We've heard it 1,000 times. Have no connections to the movies, period. But the land is great. I saw the first Avatar movie 6 times at the theater. I loved it. See, Matt, we're totally different. I don't even have a recollection of it. I really don't. I just did not enjoy it at all. Let's see what else we have here. I want to read some of the other. Kimberly says, I have never seen Avatar, so I would be sad, but I would figure same as you, something better is coming. I would too. I mean, if you're replacing something that iconic, whatever's coming's got to be better. It's got to be. They're not that stupid, are they? Don't answer that. It's rhetorical. Donnie says, Avatar Land itself is so well themed, regardless if you like the movies or not. Agreed. I agree with you. I also like the other ride too, which we'll get to. The merchandise, which we're going to get to in a minute, is pretty cool too. I agree. Scott, okay, this is super cool. Josh and Jenna are getting on the final Liberty Bell. Thanks, Scott. Our daughter did Flight of Passage for the first time today and loved it. Nice. One less attraction that we have to do rider swap. Very nice. I'm glad she liked it. Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. They will go top tier for that park. There you go. See? All right, let's see. Let's see what else everybody says. Great movie ride is not comparable to Flight of Passage, but the legacy to studios was important. It's all about legacy, okay? It doesn't have to be about the extent of the type of ride it is. It's the legacy of the ride to the park and to Walt Disney World. Does it hurt the legacy a little bit? And that's what you have to look at. Be objective, and that's what I try to be. I think personally, I feel that Splash Mountain gone has hurt the legacy a little bit of Magic Kingdom. But what saves Magic Kingdom is Pirates, Jungle Cruise, Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain. There are other top tier rides in Magic Kingdom that saves it. But I do think the legacy of Magic Kingdom has gone from here to about right there a little bit with Splash Mountain now gone. Legacy means something. I'm sorry. I think it does. Sean says Animal Kingdom needs anything it can get. Countries filled with food places is nice, but we already have Epcot. Needs to have it or that park will hurt badly. No, I agree. It does. But as time goes on, it'll be fine. That park, before it had Avatar, was just fine. There was a time, and I know it's hard to remember, but that park opened in 98. And from 98 to 2017, there was no Avatar there. And that park did just fine. I don't think that park is going to... I don't think that ride is the lifeline of that park. I really don't. And that's why. I was there in 98 when that park first opened. There was no Expedition Everest even back then. Asia wasn't done yet. And we still enjoyed that park. There were other things to do. I think, but our standards of rides has gone up so much over time. That's how we see it. I don't think this ride, if we lost it, would be the end of Animal Kingdom. I don't. Just my humble opinion. That's my opinion. Hey, what's up, Chris? Chris Nedlin, welcome in. But again, that's just how I see it. I don't think it's as dire of a ride as people say. I think that park still holds merit in other areas. You've got Festival of Lion King, you've got Expedition Everest, you've got the Nemo show, you've got the safari. There are other things to do, and soon you're going to have the Tropical Americas, and you're going to have Indiana Jones. That park's going to get isn't that bad. I just my humble opinion. I'm not saying it's one of the top tier parks and then it's an everyday park, but I just don't think this ride, for me, I don't think that if we lost it, it's the end all be all. Oh my God, end of the world. Just my humble opinion. Scott says, any idea when Thunder Mountain next year, Scott? I was there basically the first year it was open in '99 for my birthday that year. I loved it then and I love it now. I was a little at the time. Yeah, I was 27. In 1998. Shows you how old I am. We really enjoyed the park. It's tough touring Animal Kingdom now with all the closures. It just doesn't disperse the crowds like it used to. I agree, Diana. I agree. You think so, Heather? You think it's dire for Animal Kingdom? I don't. I still think that park holds merit. Not as an everyday park. Don't get me wrong. But I don't, people may not go there twice. But I don't know. I don't think it would be the end of that park. Everest was hugely expensive at that time, second only to Guardians 20 years later, and Pandora was largest investment in a land ever when it was built. Yes, you're right, but Mark, I think even in 98, Everest wasn't there yet. I don't think, if I remember correctly, Everest wasn't there. We were there in April. No, we were there in September of 98. The park opened in April of 98. So we were literally there 5 months later. Everest wasn't even open yet. Asia was still not even a thing. Rod Priester, welcome in. No, we're not losing. All right, so there you go. So that's the importance of the ride. But now let's talk about merchandise. When it comes to merchandise on this ride, I want to hear what everybody thinks of the merchandise. Let me put in the poll. Just like everything else, what do you guys think of the merchandise? Merchandise. There it is. Merchandising. Well, I spelt it wrong, but ignore the spelling, everybody. I transposed my R and C. Merchandising. What do you guys think about the merchandise? Yes, no? What do you think? I mean, they have that giant store as you're coming out of Flight of Passage. I think, my humble opinion on this, where is it? Where's my merchandise? I think the merchandise is great. I think they have a lot of it. I think a lot of the merchandise is really good. They have merchandise for the kids. They have merchandise for adults. They have the Banshee you can buy or adopt that you can put on your shoulder. A lot of the t-shirts are good. They have a lot of stuffed animals. I love the merchandise. I think it's really, really good. What do you guys think of the merch? I think the merch is pretty awesome, for sure. Hey, Dan, A20 Chief, I'm glad you're here. Let's see, it does have a themed shop at the end of the ride. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the stuff in the Flight of Passage store is a bit over the top. Joe, I could see that. I understand why you're saying that. I guess it depends on your style and taste. I like a lot of the over the top stuff. I think it's cool. I don't know necessarily that I'm going to buy it because I'm more subdued with the type of stuff I buy. I don't buy a ton of in-your-face, oh my God type t-shirts, this, that, or the other. But I like the theming. I think they do a really good job with the theming. I like the fact that they come out with new stuff from time to time. I think the merchandise actually is pretty darn good. And they have a lot of it. That store is a good size. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. You can put your face on an action figure. Yeah, I think the merchandise is great, even though I have never bought anything. Kimberly says, exactly. Part of what I look at is I look at the theming of the merchandise. I look at the fact that, are people going to buy it? And I look at how much of it they have. And I think they nail it on all three. I think there's plenty there for kids and adults. I think there's plenty of options for both. And I think that it's very buyable. They have so much different merch there that, yeah, something for everybody. I agree. I think a lot of the stuff they sell is trinkets and things that get thrown away once you get home. Sean, but that's on the people that buy it. They still buy. They have something for everyone. You're right, though. I think a lot of it is. I think there's a lot of those little trinkets that the 5-year-old or the 7-year-old wants that's going to play with it for a while, and then when they get home, they're going to forget about it. I agree. Yeah, and I think the merchandise does have a strong presence in the park, because you're not only just going to get it in what's the name of the store, Windbreakers or whatever it's called. You can go down to the main stores and they're going to have a lot of the Avatar stuff in there too. I think they really do. I think the merchandise is great. I think they do a good job with it. Trish says it's okay, although I did find some merchandise that I could make wreaths out of. There you go. See? I will say that store is always crowded. Always. Now, part of that, Matt, though, to be fair, I think part of that is because the ride is so popular, and that's one of the only ways out. I think people think you have to go through the store. You can go out the back way where you don't have to go. But hey, it is what it is. I think the merch is pretty awesome. And 42 votes. Wow, look at that. 31, 31, and 31%. Okay, good, and great. That's awesome. I love it. Does the merch even count, though, unless Melissa does a Disney Take My Money segment? No, Matt, it doesn't. Not yet. You're right. We are so bad at going to Hollywood Studios and Epcot because, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, because it's so hard to stream those. You're not going to stream Flight of Passage because they won't let you. You can do Rivers, Navi River Journey, but the wait's usually long. Okay, you can do the Safari. I've done Everest with the stream. I'd rather not because it's pretty herky-jerky and pretty intense. And then what else is there? Festival of the Lion King, maybe? What else are you really going to do for streaming purposes? Same with Hollywood Studios. So there's not that much over there right now. And the lines are always so long, it's hard to do anything at those parks. But we've got to find ways to get back over to those parks. Sunday is always Magic Kingdom. And we're going to do that. But you know what? We've got to find ways to get back into those other parks. I agree, Mark. I see people with the Banshees all the time. At least in that park, for sure. All right. So there you go. You guys did it. Flight of Passage. It's in the books. I think for the most part, everybody thinks it's absolutely fantastic. And now, we're going to get back into, I'm going to talk about a couple other things real fast before we get out of here. It's 8:43. Let's pick for next week. Okay? Next Sunday? Yes. Next Sunday we're going to be on with another one of these. But the following Sunday we are not because we are away on vacation. All right, here we go. Next Sunday. Ooh, 2 good ones in a row. Hollywood Tower of Terror, folks. There it is. Tower of Terror. Next Sunday, we're going to talk about Tower of Terror. Yes, guys, we got 81 likes. We're still 19 away from 100. Hit that like button for me. Tower of Terror next Sunday. We are going to talk about it. It's going to be awesome. You get back in those parks through the front gate. Yes, you do. Oh boy, right? No, I'm not riding it. I have ridden it. I've ridden it many times. I've ridden Tower of Terror, an all-time favorite. Well, we're going to talk about it next week. We are going to talk about it next week. I have ridden Tower of Terror 4 times in my life. Probably won't ride it ever again, but we're going to talk about it next week. And that's it, guys. That is it. Let's talk about a few things before we head out of there. Again, don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday. I don't think we're doing anything before Sunday. Tuesday is the Sanity. We'll have Tuesday. We'll talk about the Sanity on Tuesday night. So join us for that. Again, I'm going to bring it up. Well, not that, but yeah, I guess that's it. Let me bring up the other ones. I like the other ones better. That one. And that one. Or that one. There we go. There we go. Guys, meetups. Again, November 8th. And we'll probably talk about this, and I'm sorry to do it to you, but we'll probably talk about this every single home stream leading up to these dates to give people who may miss last week's stream, didn't see the post, and are now seeing this week's stream. We will be having 2 meetups coming up. People have been asking about meetups for a while. We've been wanting to do it. Now, we do the personal meetups from time to time in the parks where we go in. Like even today, we met with some friends today who watch the channel a lot. Mr. and Mrs. Florida Man. They invited us out for the test track, and then we had lunch with them. That was great. But it's also nice to get a nice group together. So we are going to do 2. We're going to do this one right here on February 7th. And we're going to do this one right here, November 8th. Both of them at Disney Springs, 10 a.m. at Disney Springs. We're going to hang out. We're going to chit-chat. We're going to talk. We're going to probably live stream it for a little bit so other people who can't make it can be a part of it. And then from there, when the live, when we're done at Disney Springs, maybe we all get together and we head to a park. Maybe we just, mosey around Disney Springs. We can talk about that. We can make a day of it, so to speak. And it could be pretty awesome. And I hope that some of you show up. I've already had several people say they're coming. And that's great. If we get 5 people, if we get 1 person that shows up, we'll be very happy about that. But I've let everybody else know. So there might be some other streamers there as well. I've let some of them know. So I hope you guys can come out. If you are coming out, again, I would ask, please, 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 to send us an email to askmousetalk@gmail.com. What's up, Jedi Master Joe? Welcome in. And that would be great. Yeah, November 8th, 2025. Yes. What did I put? Yes, November 8th, 2025, Matt. This year. We're having the first one in November of this year. We're having the second one in February of next year. Because some people might not be able to make November. Maybe they can make February. And then maybe we'll do it again and again and again. We're hoping to make this an annual thing twice a year. We'll see. I like to do it in the cooler times so that, you're not here and it's hot and it's sweaty and it's pouring down, raining. And then maybe we don't do it because it's raining all day. Usually by November and February, the rain's going to be minimal. The temperatures are going to be cooler. And it should be nice. November 8th, hopefully some of the holiday stuff will be up. February 7th, we're hoping it's right around the time of Festival of the Arts to give some incentive for people to come down. Again, if you are looking to come down and you want to book a trip, check out Leanne Sherrick over at Mickey Travels. Everybody knows Leanne. She's in the chat. Check her out. She does trips. She can help you with that. Maybe she can find some deals for you. But I'm going to ask this question, and then we're gonna end it. Anybody have any questions about the meetups? Anything you want to ask? Now's the time. I can answer anything you want about it. 85 likes. Good job, everybody. If no one has any, don't worry about it. Totally get it. Yeah, good. All right. I've seen some other people send some confirmations that they're coming. So that's good. All right. That's awesome. Yeah, please do. Send it to us. Hey, Mark. Welcome in. Good to see you this week. But yeah, please. I can't make it, but I'll make sure I'll go next time. Yeah, John. No problem, man. Whatever you can do. I always like to bring, and that's why I also like to do these early, give you guys plenty of notice so that you at least have an idea. Not that we want anybody to make a change of a trip for us, but, maybe you can get down, maybe you can't, and that would be great if you can. Yes, Tina, in Disney Springs, over by Cirque du Soleil and House of Blues. There's a little area right in there, down by the water, or right there. We'll find everybody will find us. But yes, that's what we're looking to do. I'm looking to hopefully, we'll have a little something for everybody. Something nice little something. Melissa and I are going to have a surprise, hopefully. Bruce, it's not going to ever reach that. Bruce said, let us know when commitments reach 100, 200, 150 or more. That's not going to happen. There won't be that many people. Yeah, email us at askmousetalk@gmail.com to let Walt know if you're coming to the meetup or to ask general questions. Yeah, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate. We'll answer anything we can. But yeah, it'll be fun. Do you know where? Yep, Disney Springs. All right, I think that's it, gang. We appreciate all of you coming out. Again, we'll be back on Tuesday.
for Desanity. Melissa will be, you all have a magical evening. You too, Teresa. Melissa will be here for that. Don't forget, next Sunday, Tower of Terror is going to be awesome. We'll be back Tuesday with Desanity with news all around Disney. I don't know if anybody's still streaming The Last of the Riverboat, but go check that out. Appreciate all of you coming in, and we will see you all really, really soon. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday night for Desanity. Bye. And Melissa will be there.